So what happened, all my situations started 4 years ago. I was living abroad and I came back to Lebanon. Nothing was wrong with me. I was extremely healthy. So that happened 6 years ago. 2 years in Lebanon, with the lifestyle in Lebanon, with the stressful life, the not so healthy food, not so healthy lifestyle overall. Anyway, I woke up one day with this terrible rash all over my body. It was really burning, scratchy out of the blue, and itchy skin. So it was a discomfort. At first I thought that it's some kind of a virus maybe that I caught because it was springtime, or maybe some kind of a spider bit me, or anything of a simple stuff that you would think of.
Like red patches all over your body?
Red patches, they look a lot, maybe if you know, like psoriasis. They're red patches. They're really itchy. They have this weird texture. It's like you've been bitten by several, mosquitoes all together. They were all over my body, on my hands, on my chest, on my back. So.
And the more that you scratch them, you just want to scratch them again.
Yeah, the more you scratch, the more they're itchy, the more they burn you. So it was something new for me. I never had an itch or anything. I was never allergic to anything. I never had any type of problem. Eventually, because they wouldn't go away, I had to see a doctor, a dermatologist, obviously. So the dermatologist, at first, he told me it's a normal kind of virus. They call it rosacea. This virus is very well known for the springtime period. He told me that it would go away in a month if I just placed some cream on it, just for me not to itch it. After a month, things didn't get better. They actually got worse. So instead of having a few itches, I had more patches on my body. Again, he told me it might be another kind of rash. This is when I took some blood tests for us to find out what the problem is. Again, he gave me some kind of drugs to take in, some other creams. That's when I noticed that things weren't getting any better. My rashes were getting even more red. The patches were getting larger, and so on and so forth. Again, seeing him the third time, same doctor. He told me another rash. This is when I really told myself that there's something wrong. The same doctor can't tell you 3 different cases in 3 months. So I changed the doctor. Second doctor told me it's something within my stomach, some worms within my stomach. Just to the fast forward thing, third doctor told me there are worms in my skin. Fourth doctor told me it's based on stress. Fifth doctor wanted to give me pills based off cortisone. Previous doctor just gave me the cream, so the cream was fine. I could have accepted that. Again, fast forward, I saw like 7-8 doctors. Nothing was getting better. Maybe just the itches, because they used to give me some kind of just to calm you down, not to itch yourself so bad. Again, life was getting depressed. I wasn't going to work very much because I also used to have those rashes on my face. So I could have accepted having them on my body, because I could have, just worn something long sleeve or not make them show. But on my face, it was too much that I can bear. Especially that I work with people, I'm nonstop with clients, so that was really, really bad to take. This is when my friend, a good friend of mine, introduced to me this alternative medicine. He told me that now that you've seen so many doctors, one more doctor won't matter, so just go talk to him, see what he has to say. Maybe he'll convince you. The turning point, what really made me come and meet this doctor, this alternative doctor, was the thing he told me that I won't be giving any more drugs. Everything will just go by natural stuff. No more cortisone, normal drugs, no more pills, no more any other stuff. So I said, fine, that won't hurt, that won't harm. I'll just give it another try, and maybe, who knows, I'll actually succeed. So this is when I met Dr. Lisha. he was very friendly. He helped me a lot because he must have felt that I was a bit skeptical about the whole thing. Like, okay, another doctor, another story, and another phase to go through. He convinced me to take this test. It's a very easy blood test, just a couple of blood from your finger. It was placed under the microscope. Everything happened in front of me. It was really new. I was a bit excited and at the same time, again, skeptical, like, okay, where are we going now? When that happened, he started reading my blood, like telling me, okay, you see here, this is the white cell, this is the red cell, and in between them you have like little stuff that are not good for your blood. And then you see here, if you move forward again, you see this is some kind of, let's call them insects in your blood. These are doing you no good in general. He started explaining to me bit by bit. Where he got my attention, he started telling me the symptoms that I feel, usually without me telling him anything. He was like, you're always tired. Okay, you wake up, even if you sleep like 10 hours, you're tired. Wow, all right. Whenever you eat, you feel bloated. Fine. That's a bit common for women, maybe. Then again, and sometimes if you eat stuff that are not necessarily healthy, you have stomach issues, pain issues. You have this bitter taste in your mouth. Details like this, like he just described everything I feel every day. More to it, this is when bit by bit I started to get more interested in what he was saying, because he was just pinpointing at everything I used to feel. He told me I also have yeast in my blood. So what is yeast? Yeast is God knows exactly. According to Dr. Leisha, it's made out of the unhealthy stuff your body. And
is it the same as candida?
It is some sort. Yeah, it's the same. It's candida as yeast. Basically, because of all the bad stuff you eat, instead of them.
They feed on sugar.
Exactly. Instead of them turning into good stuff for your body, it turns into candida, into yeast. So too much sugars, too much bread, and so on and so forth. So as well, he figured out what I eat every day. Again, he knew out of the way he saw my blood. As well, he told me that my blood isn't oxygenated. This is why I have all these issues, because of the pollution, because of the stress, and so on and so forth. He explained to me that when the blood is in this situation, it creates all kinds of autoimmune diseases. Some of them are rashes, some of them are thyroid issues, some of them are, cholesterol maybe, diabetes is another one. Cancer, of course, that's the ultimate autoimmune disease, and so on and so forth. So after he explained all that to me, and he told me that I need to do a change in my lifestyle.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Was it autoimmune disease or?
It is. The rash that I had, it's something you call Erythema multiforme. It is an autoimmune disease. This is when your blood cells, instead of thinking they're related, they start fighting each other. So because of the yeast that I had in my blood, the blood cells wouldn't recognize each other, so they used to fight each other.
You have this vicious circle.
Exactly.
So this is what I had.
Exactly.
You had like blood pressure plus diabetes. You're gonna go to heart problems.
For me, erythema was the first stage. Eventually, maybe I would have gotten into diabetes or maybe cancer. I don't know. Depends.
God forbid.
God forbid, of course. But I was lucky enough that it started with erythema multiforme, and that I met Dr. Leisha at that specific stage. So this is how my body reacted to the yeast, to the candida I had in my blood. Had just pushed out the rashes out there, and they were like screaming at me, you're not okay, but I wouldn't tell, because no one would help me understand what was happening. So he definitely helped me out and tell me, you need to change your lifestyle, the way you eat, what you eat, no more bread, no more sugars, because this is what yeast feeds from. And he also presented to me that the new treatment, which is based on natural stuff, the chelation therapy, just to clean your blood, oxygenate it, and everything will get back to normal. He also introduced to me something that I learned in school, the pH, something that it's very obvious, but you wouldn't think of that your pH, your body has its own pH, so it needs to be alkaline. It needs to be alkaline in order to protect itself from whatever
acidity.
factors, the acidity. So as well, we found out that my body is acid. It's acidic. Why? Again, because of the unhealthy lifestyle and so on and so forth. He explained to me that it needs to be at a specific range, above 7, for it to be healthy, for it to defend themselves from all kind of diseases. So through the chelation therapy, he was able to higher the level of my pH, of the pH of my body. Of course, I helped myself with the healthy lifestyle, the nutrition. At first, he did something that he calls the shock therapy. Like in the first week, you do 3 sessions out of this chelation therapy. Second week, you do 2 sessions. Again, third week, 2 sessions, and then you just maintain it. Of course, if the body is giving proper signs of getting better. I was so happy that after 3 weeks of when my treatment started, the rashes started to disappear, like simply disappearing and not coming back again.
Wow.
So only 3 weeks, and I've been battling with it for 8 months before that. So that was really, really amazing. This is when I gave it even more to it. He gave me like barley grass to eat in the morning. He gave me like yogurts, natural yogurts to eat before every meal. As well, oxygenated water. It's treated with a bit of ozone, so automatically if you just take a sip of it in the morning as well, it oxygenates your body, which helps the pH.
To build the probacteria.
Exactly, it helps the pH as well go up. You have an alkaline body, so everything works out on that. After 1 month and a half, I had nothing left. Nothing was coming out again. I really felt like it was some sort of a miracle. I also think that my disease wasn't something really bad. It was just a rash. Maybe people have rashes every day, everywhere, but they never know what the problem is. But just being able to step over it and just overcome it by simple stuff, going back to basics. Basically just drinking more water, eating a lot of salads, a lot of greens. Sports, yeah. Well, it's difficult to do sports in Lebanon. You need to allocate like an hour just to reach the gym, an hour in the gym.
You can just lose calories while you're in the traffic.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. And now what the doctors pointed out at something very simple as well is the time you need to spend in nature. It's very important. Previously, it used to be something that I used to like to do, but today I just look forward into spending time in nature, just between trees, oxygen, no pollution, no noise pollution as well. So everything changed a lot, actually. I'm so happy I met Dr. Chelation, not just because he got me through that rash, but I got to understand a lot of factors in my body as signs. I also helped my sister as well. She had a rash, so being abroad, it was difficult for her to meet Dr. Chelation, but I gave her the guidelines, like drink more water, try some barley grass in the morning, get oxygenated, get some sports, stop sugars, and so on and so forth. As well, her rash improved. So it taught me a lot on how to deal on stuff on a daily basis. And whenever I meet someone who's facing a difficult health issue or an autoimmune disease, I always recommend Dr. Chelation. Nevertheless, it's important to mention as well the people I've met here. Some of them maybe came out of different health issues, more difficult to, let's say, to face. I've met people that had diabetes. It was very difficult for them to even walk anymore, and he was able to put them back on track. Like the rashes, psoriasis, and so on, that's common. I met several people here. I also met people who had cancer, and they just told me that they thought that life just ended, and there comes Superman, Dr. Chelation, and she again like nothing where they're back on track, no more cancer cells, no more diseases, no more nothing. And if you meet them, you would never ever think that they were ever sick, you know. So it's this is it basically.
So,
I'm a lucky person.
I'm really glad that you're getting better.
Yeah, of course.
And you should take me with you to the mountains next time.
Well, whenever you want, of course.
Thank you so much, Roman.
Thank you, madam.